Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This is a Demoscene report for the month of November 2022. I'm your host PS, and for the next half an hour, I'm gonna take you through all the news and highlights from the Demoscene regarding the month of November. If you don't know what the Demoscene is, this might be a way to get some lights on what it is we do, what it is that is related to the Demoscene. And if you do know what the Demoscene is, then this video is useful for you to get up to date with all the news without having to follow all the different social media and stuff. So a lot of things happened in this month, so let's get right into it with the first thing, the first item on the menu, which is Demoscene related media that have been announced recently. So Flashback happened quite a few times, 4 times overall this month. DJ Demon has been very busy. Did an episode dedicated to Impulsetracker, then one dedicated to the Inércia Demoparty music competitions. 113th was just listening to the radio, and 114th was mixing up the Demoscene. So 4 episodes that he released in November alone. Then we had the announcement for the Meteoriks jury duty. It's now open for you to apply if you want to watch demos for, well, 1 month, maybe 2. The main duty of the jury is to watch all the demos that were released the previous year and discuss it with other jury members to make sure that you end up voting fairly and unbiasedly on the best releases for the different categories that happened. It's one of the highest awards on the Demoscene. Also one of the few awards that exist on the Demoscene, but it's very highly considered on the Demoscene scene, on the Demoscene world, on the Demoscene community. It's very well taken on the Demoscene community as a good representative of highlighting most important Demoscene productions. So you should definitely check it out. Then we had the announcement for the PTA Weekender 6, but it's been deleted, the tweet announcing it, and I can't find any other info, so I guess it's cancelled. Anyways, FairLight TV also had a couple of very good interviews. This one with LFT. LFT is such a legend by now, is also great to listen. They did a very good interview with him. They also did an interview with Bagder of Horizon. So both of these episodes came out during November. Then there was the Zine podcast that also came out with a new issue, a special talk with Kiero and Hoffman. Nice interview there with talking about releasing at competitions overall. Very good insight what motivates Demosceners to keep doing stuff for competitions, even when they place badly. So yeah, good listen, recommend it, check it out. Then there was this thing called the Oxford Geek Night, where Gasman presented Farmageddon, their demo, or the making of Farmageddon. He explained a little bit to the audience there. There's proof on the internet, so I thought I should mention these meetup. Other thing that happened, I did something similar, but just talking about the Demoscene in general at Lisbon Games Week. Lisbon Games Week is this like week-long event just focused around games, making games, playing games. The ZX Spectrum Museum from Portugal had a corner there, and they were trying to have some dynamism to it, so they were open to proposals, and they contacted me to talk about the Demoscene there. So I talked about the Demoscene in general and about the ZX Spectrum thing in particular. It was a very quick talk. Was expecting not many people to pay attention, but there were like a dozen people watching and interested, and people who came talk to me and interested in participating in the future. So let's hope to see if this helps in any way. Then there was this article released. Commodore 64 took teenagers to the world of art. It was released at Yle, which is the main newspaper in Finland. Very good article going about the games museum, but also pixel art in particular. So very interesting. A lot of Demoscene references here, as it's mandatory. Then we had the Demonights 16 that happened, celebrating the 20 years of Echtzeit, happening at the end of November. A small meetup in Switzerland to, watch demos, talk about demos, remember the good old days, and maybe get people excited again for mountain bites. And they released this special compilation of the best overhead projector demos, which I found quite funny and interesting. I'm a longtime fan of OHP. I participated a few times on the OHP competitions, so it's always cool to see it being mentioned and featured. Anyways, the Field Effects people been organizing Byte Battle casuals happening every Monday night. Usually Hoffman streams some DJ set mix on Monday afternoons, Monday evenings. So they sort of got together, like passing the torch sort of thing, like raiding each other or featuring over each other. I haven't actually caught the stream live yet because of family issues, but I heard it's been a lot of fun. And if you enjoy this kind of events, check it out. Happening every Monday. Just check out Field Effects. Their Discord would be the best place to get acquainted. And if you want to participate, you're very welcome to join as well and participate remotely. Everything is made remotely on this event. So yeah, Monday afternoons. Then other news, there was this gaming piracy in Europe between the 80s and 90s article being released. We mentioned a lot of crack scene stuff, Amiga, Commodore 64. You can see here Pontus and Pantaloon from FairLight, talking about Razor, all different kind of stuff. The basis of cracking intros and how it's related to video games, but also related to the demo scene. What else is there? Oh yeah, Tiny Code Christmas. 12 days of size coding is happening. I have a special announcement prepared here to read you. Follow Byte on Twitter and Mastodon for more information. Tiny Code Christmas is an event to help you take your first steps into Demoscene size coding with Lua-based fantasy consoles, either TIC80 or PIC08. Learn the effects and techniques used in Byte jams, Byte battles, and tiny intros. 12 days of tiny challenges to gradually introduce you to size coding and effects. A video will be released each day to outline the challenge and to introduce you to new concepts. A little bit of programming knowledge will help you, but you don't need a lot to participate. The challenges will introduce Demoscene concepts without the jargon, so it is friendly for newcomers to the scene. Tell your friends. Maybe if you have kids, this might be a good way to introduce graphics programming to them and the demo scene to them. The website tcc.lovebyte.party will be launching in the next few days, so pay attention, try to participate. Other news, c64.chat was released, which is a Mastodon interest, a Fediverse Mastodon instance for people who use Commodore 64. So yeah, check it out. And then hot off the press as well, and you can't see anything as it is right now, so let me try to change it to this view. Nusan Bonzomatic, maybe this one might be better to read. Bonzomatic To Shadertoy is a script conversion that helps you change your script a bit easier. So yeah, and that is the last piece of news that I have for you today. So onwards to the next section, which is the out of Compo releases. We had quite a few. It was a pretty good day for out of Compo releases. So let's take a look at them as soon as I change the screen, and we should be good to go. So 68K Inside announcement by Decadence for the Atari ST and the Amiga OCS was released at the early of the month. Then we had the 68K Inside announcement by SMFX and Decadence for the Sinclair QL, very similar intro, but yeah. And then we had the Atari Falcon version of the 68K Inside announcement by Decadence and Dead Hacker Society. So they really want you to go to the 68K Inside Demo Party that's happening 5th to 7th of May 2023 in Hämeenlinna, Finland. Then High of Beholder was released, which is a game, but it involved a lot of Demoscene people, and there was a very good coverage article of it on Vandalism News as well, which gave a lot of insight to all the different tricks that they had to do to put everything together. It took like years of their life doing this, different parts, going back to it after many years. So very, very interesting project. I already saw some live streams playing it, so it looks pretty good. So haven't had a chance to play it myself, but it looks pretty solid, so check it out. Other releases, Vandalism News, as I mentioned, was actually released at Syntax, but I thought I would mention it here because I'm going to mention other Commodore 64 disc mags as well. This one is definitely the best, the stellar, the pinnacle of disc mags in the Commodore 64. Tons of articles, some interesting interviews with Revision Online, different party crews that organized it. A lot of different articles about Commodore 64 in general. Definitely a must read, so go check it out. Other disc mags also happening were Rapid News 24 by XS and Scene World 42 by Scene World and People of Liberty. So yeah, a lot of Commodore 64 disc mag action happening in November. Then we had this invitation for the Master Boot record live in Rome that just came out. They're going to have a concert in 2022 and they thought to make an invitation for it. Then there was a music disc released for the Atari ST, doing some covers from some Vangelis tracks, released by a Portuguese project actually called Pennysoft. So yeah. Underscore by Ivory Labs, really good demo, one trick pony, but worked very well. Was released at Rent Christmas Party, the only entry released at Rent Christmas Party. That's why I decided to show it in out of compo section of this video. Really enjoyed it. Very tight syncs, very fitting, completely loved it. Recommend it to everyone and their mother. Underscore by Ivory Labs. Well done, Pumpuli and Branch. Then we had Monochrome by Spreadpoint, made by Depeche and Lord Spreadpoint, released at the Demonights event that I already mentioned, that happened in Switzerland at the end of November. And yeah, doing the typical Joy Division logo thing. And that's the last release that I have from out of compos. Let's move on to the parties that happened. Benediction coding party, I briefly mentioned it last month, but I didn't completely properly mention it, so let's give it another try, and this time with actual results. Actually, there are not many results to show because there were only 4 releases. All of them were released outside of a compo. I'm going to switch to this view so you can see better the names. FMR CPC from Swedish MFX, then Pulpo Corrosivo released this nice little intro, a Sphere by Resistance, and a Veteran Mega Demo from Impact. I haven't seen neither of them. Actually, I saw the FMR CPC and Foursome. I didn't see Sphere and I didn't see the Veteran Mega Demo, but if you have a CPC, you should definitely check it out. Also regarding Benediction, there was this nice little report that was released at Memoryful website, going through all of the happenings of the demo party. Always good to read party reports. So yeah, definitely check it out. Moving on to the next thing that we have on our menu today, it is the Inércia Demoparty coverage, party organized by me, as already mentioned it plenty of times before. We had a lot of competitions. 128 byte intro competition was sponsored or promoted by Love Byte, was won by MicroLayer for the Micro W8. Then Island Road from Dave84 for the TiC 80. Actually, this wasn't my favorite TiC 80 entry of the compo, though my favorite one was the Shallow Deep by The Watcher that ended up getting 4th place. But a lot of nice entries overall, so decent compo, very solid. 3rd place was for Jaxels by Optimus. Then we had the 3D graphics compo, Kokeshi by Louisa 1. Then Rotterboarding by Farfar got 2nd place. Gained by Oni got 3rd. Research Outpost by Psychon 4th place. Pumpkin and Steel was very funny entry by Speaky, and Raiders of Kebabs by Raccoon, Violet, and Toback. I really like the quality of the compo. Was expecting a little more people outside the demo scene to participate. That was the main objective of the compo initially, but I was happy that at least all the active 3D graphics compo participants on the demo scene mostly participated and submitted some high quality stuff. AY Music Competition was won by Joss, excellent track, a lot of good quality entries here as well, small compo but very good quality. Then we had the combined intro demo competition. Tokidoki got first place, is Japanese inspired demo. For me it feels like it's the popular demo but made with some Japanese references. I really loved the face of Jinyo's kid when he gave her the award. We dropped by her place when we were delivering stuff after the party place. She was so happy. It was extremely awesome. It was awesome. So yeah, Jinyo recruited his daughter to sing the vocals on this one. That's why she got the award. Second place, we had a Japanese production 4K, insanely detailed 4K by Observer with the shader that he was trying to replicate during the Shader Royale. And the title, You Overslept Dumbass, is a reference to him participating at the Shader Royale and failing to wake up until like halfway through and getting dropped out because of that, or very largely because of that. Pinky of Steel got third place, 24-hour Party Peoples got fourth, and Marasku got fifth. A very good feeling demo, very personal, introspective, melancholic. A great demo at the party place, was one of my favorites from the whole party. Finding Zen, the invitation for the Underground Conference replacement party happening in Bingen, is called Zenta, and they also released at Inércia and got 6th place. Worth mentioning was that a lot of these entries were promoted by the 24-hour challenge that Pandur and Steel were organizing with some help from other people. They got a soundtrack from Gloom. KB did some MIDI version of that, and a lot of people got together and just tried to make a demo out of it. Pinky was a part of that. 24-hour Party People was a part of that. Flow Text was part of that. Resign, Protogon, Dead Stomp, the Presse Bang, The Mystery of Apostolic Church made for the fucking Pico 8 was a part of that. Or was it Cables? I think it was for the Pico 8. It says JavaScript here, so maybe it's Cables. I remember it being Pico 8 though. Why do I remember it being Pico 8? Come on, open. Open. I clicked. Open. Why is Demozu so slow at 4 in the morning? Cables. Okay, so it's Cables. I don't know why I think it was Pico 8. Because it's made by Yobe, I guess that's why I think it's Pico 8. A lot of participation from Yumalauta as well, as I was expecting, since they invaded us a little bit. A lot of first-timers making their demos as well. Some experimental stuff, some funny stuff. Very good combo overall. Was very happy with the participation. Thank you so much from everybody who submitted something, either if you participated on the Fast Challenge or not. Excellent to see and to run this combo. Had a lot of hard time preparing everything last minute. Was a lot of entries to check right before the combo, but it was definitely worth it. Drone Music compo, also a classic at Inércia. I made this hour-and-a-half long mix of all the musics playing together with some AI art that I've been creating throughout the past month and a half or something before the compo. Really recommend you checking out that video. I'm going to link it on the description as well. And yeah, the compo was won by All the Diseases Are Created with Computer. The compo might have been a bit too long for most people, so it was more of a survival thing, but I think it was still interesting and introspective, which was my main point. Executable graphics was mostly overrun by P. Mellon. He did this thing for the ZX Spectrum, which is the logo of the party, and then he made a rendering of the ZX Spectrum and the rendering of the entry that he previously made. So very meta, extremely high quality rendering. Thank you so much, P. Malin, for championing the competition and delivering some stellar work. Was expecting a couple more entries from a couple more people. Fortunately, they didn't manage to finish something in time, but also the entry from Alien was pretty good. By Totetmat, also representing, and Moko, a newcomer to the demo scene. Well, actually, second entry on the demo scene. Thank you so much for participating. Fantasy Console 512 bytes was also very good compo. Was won by Pestis, without a doubt the best entry of the compo. In terms of progression and music and quality, very good. Echtzeit also did this Ray marching thing, which was good in terms of code, but didn't have music. And then in third place, Ajib by Zep, which is the creator of Pico 8. Very cool, has good production, good progression, good music. Totally top release for the Pico 8, the best Pico 8 512 byte that I ever seen. Not that I've seen that many, because they're not very common, but definitely high quality, and I would hope to see more comments on this entry in particular at Poet, because I look at Poet comments and they feel so empty. Anyways, I don't want to drag too much on about that. Second Dramatic was also very interesting by Dresden Boy, simulating the moon and collision. Additive by Dave84. My own entry, Interstate Geodesic Transformation, which just playing around with subpixel line drawing, and in the Amiga 512 bytes, emulating Amiga Workbench in the Pico 8. Really happy with this compo, a lot of good quality entries. So yeah, that freestyle graphics competition was won by Callisto. Congratulations, a lot of entries. AI stuff was also mixed, but I think overall it worked very well. People voted more, had a good balance of voting for the effort that people put into their entries, as opposed to, you know, just writing a prompt at the AI art thing and someone else did all the work preparing the stuff. Freestyle music compo was won by Mr. Beanbag, Lisbon Nights. I think she got second place last year. Second place for Ham, third place for Garfield. JPEG XL art compo was won by Observer. It's a great thing. If you don't know what JPEG XL is, we did a great intro explaining it as well. You can find it at Inércia's, or at my website, at my YouTube channel. Just search for JPEG XL art explained and you will find it very interesting. Doing art with predictors of JPEG XL. Block Nebula was also very interesting. JXL by WB, which is one of the developers of the format. Deep Cuts by Byte Observer. Dramatic Appearance of a Cube by Community Spool. And then Cifrovensky did this filler. It just looked very good. It looked like buildings and stuff. Not sure why it placed so low. I really like this one. Old School Graphics won by Estrella Sadi. Thank you so much for participating. Also a remote entry by Shuran, which is showing the wrong image. Here we go. The correct image is this one. Alt tab. Photo was won by Afonsos, which is also worth seeing in high res. He had like a whole bunch of equipment to make this happen. Crater by Mu of Paraguay got second place. Then Mushroom by Barsu, a remote entry from Poland. Thank you so much for submitting. A lot of entries submitted. Thank you everybody who submitted something for the compo. Text mode graphics, always very cool to see the different entries. I'm going to show the winner entry, Black Cell, so I can scroll it here. Also features a poem and everything. Very cool stuff. Very worthy winner in my humble opinion. Thank you so much everybody else who participated. Harvest, Checks, Quax Cable, Logicer, NE7, and Logicer again. Logicer submitted 2 entries. And then we had the ZX Spectrum intro and demo competition. Both third place and second place were made fast made in a week, just to have something for the compo, from myself and from Garfield. Garfield had a great moment where during the party stream we were actually wooing whenever the dot would get almost close to the border, like hitting the perfect corner a reference to The Office, and it did manage to hit it right as we were almost getting the entry from being shown. So that was a great moment at the party place. And then Cafe Graphics got first place. It's a slideshow with some music showing the graphics that were released at Cafe Demoparty. Thank you so much for this release. Also showcasing a new packer that was released, UPKR, U-Packer, I guess it's called. We also had the Shader Showdown that was released at Inércia. Was won by Kamoshika. It's not listed at the references here because Gazman hasn't implemented it yet. I didn't link to the live code thing, so let's move on to the next party and talk about that instead. But I'm gonna link the Shader Royale at the video lists of all the things that showed as well. Then we had Syntax Party happening in Australia. Always cool to see how our brothers... Oh, I forgot to mention something, which is this thing. Party report made by Jae as well about Inércia Demoparty itself. So, Syntax Demoparty. Our friends from down under in Melbourne, they've been having a blast. They had a lot of different compos. 30-second compo every year. They add 1 more second to the category. Now they're up to 30 seconds. Was won by Cars Don't Stop by Psilodux. A lot of entries on this compo. Chip Music won by C-Trix with Funkotronic by the PC Engine. New School Graphics won by Urnip. Why doesn't it open? I don't know. It should open, but it doesn't. And then Gmaj got one with Snail Girl versus... Gmaj got second place with Snail Girl versus Lettuce, and I come with my teddy bear by Callisto. Old school demo, Aeon Drift got first place. Haven't managed to see the demo yet. I really have to do it. Then a couple Commodore 64 demos by Performers and Onslaught, and then Beige for the Nintendo Game Boy. Pixel Graphics Compo was won by Carrion of Sensor Design. Second place for Simulac. Not many, actually 8th place. Where are the other ones? Pixel 8-bit. Don't they have all the results here? I think we're missing some entries here. Yes, we are. They're not all listed on Demozoo yet. Boo, Demozoo people. Boo. So yeah. Oh, an entry by the Sarge and everything. Wow. Someone definitely needs to fix this. A lot of good entries, so definitely check out this compo. It's usual that C64 based graphics compos have very, very high quality. That's why I was finding it so weird that there was only 2 entries. So yeah, it's just people haven't filled out this compo yet here at Demozoo. Tracked music compo won by Visual Basic Pitch. And the Wild compo had a Matrix demo as well, which was really cool as well. And Vandalism News was also released, as I mentioned previously. Haven't checked the other stuff, so I really can't speak to them. But I'll link everything that it has a video on the playlist that will be listed on the description. So yeah, hope the people had fun at Syntax. Always cool to see demo parties happening in Australia, as I mentioned. Moving on to other parts of the world, in Finland we had TiTe Demohässäkkä, which I'm not sure what it was about. I just saw the entries listed. I haven't really checked them. So let's take a look at them real quick. Byte by Ivory Labs got first place, and Hasaka by Magnetism, Yatang, Filmdefarian, Leipa, and Pulestio. So a small party somewhere in Finland. Hope they had fun. No Demozoo page on it yet, so don't know. Let's take a look at the results file. Maybe it has specific... it was in Tampere. Okay. Student held Demoscene event hosted by the Guild of Information Technology. Ah, that's why it's called TiTe. Okay. See, we keep learning stuff. Yeah, cool. Okay, so cool to see university, or the Guild of Information Technology in Tampere University, doing this kind of initiatives. Wish the informatics universities in Portugal will do similar things as well, trying to promote the demo scene and, you know, teach people how to make interactive graphics, real-time graphics, and have some competitions or just a small event to get people more into it. That were the entries from TiTe. And then we had Demosplash happening in the US, which is always very cool to see more demo parties happening in the US as well. We had a whole bunch of releases, a very strong Ashi and Nancy compo. I'll just show you the previews. The Undertaker, Termite, this little thing, I don't know what it is. I guess it's a Pokemon. A lot of good entries, and of course the preview here only shows, well, some of them only show part of the screen, so if you want to see the full ANSI, you need to go check the releases themselves. So a lot of good entries from the Ashi and ANSI. I'm a bit envious. I was hoping more entries at Inércia, and we didn't have that many. But there's a very strong Ashi and ANSI scene in the US, like Acid are originally from the US, Ice are originally from the US, so it's common, it's normal that they have a very strong scene there in the United States. Freestyle Audio, not many entries, was won by Inverse Phase. Freestyle Graphics and Video Comp also didn't have many entries, but the first one, that one Weird Duck Animation, is definitely worth checking out. A very funny video. Modern Demo was won by Rebels. Second place for a Resident. I only saw the Rebels entry, so I can't really speak. It's a 64K intro even. And not many 64K intros happening these days, so really cool to see. Retro Demo Compo was dominated by Grongi Time, got a very good acclaim by the audience, made by IQ Team. Was particularly good because you see the different steps of the graphics iterating throughout the demo, and that's what really made the entire demo like pop, have a feeling of its own. Then an entry for the VCS for the Atari 2600 and Nintendo Game Boy Advanced demo, where it was actually a game, not really a demo, it says here game, so yeah. Small demo had a good entry, especially for the Apple II. Size coding on the Apple II is complicated, and Dieter represented once again with this intro for Desire. Then Asylum got second place, and Invitation for the Love Byte got third place by Sense Install. And that was it from Demosplash, a really cool party organized by Carnegie Mellon in the United States. Definitely recommend you to check it out, especially if you're in the United States. Then we had Mysdata in Sweden. In Karlskrona kommun, Blekinge, Sweden. Mostly Amiga Commodore 64 party. Amiga Music Compo won by Social Engineering by Terroristi. Then the C64 demo won by Purple Design. Second place for Bonsai, third place for Excess, and then a fourth place very funny demo about dinosaurs. People were cracking themselves up laughing at this final demo. It didn't rank very well, but it was very funny to watch on the compo. Commodore 64 graphics, always expect high quality. Winter by Karian got first place. Facet got second. Sulevi, then yeah, a lot of good quality entries. 64 Music won by Fegelhuz of FairLight. C64 Patchy, a very good entry as well. The winner entry by Skleptoid. Okay, cool. And some underwear. Patchkey Love. I think equally. So a lot of good Patchkey quality stuff as well. And then other music compo was won by Slays with second place by Turbo Knight. So yeah, nice little demo happening in Sweden. Hope our Swedish brothers had fun. Then we go to Hungary, where they had a small little demo party as well happening. I think in Budapest. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I think it's in Budapest. It does have a Demozo page, but I don't think it has as many screenshots as it has here. J4P by Netro got first place. Very funny demo, very small and to the point. A Requiem for a team made by Garguy as a homage to his game dev company that recently fell apart, got dismantled. Demojo and the Virtual Reality by Defeco got third place. Then Miafaz with his recurring informative ZX Spectrum demos explaining some mathematical concept. He has done quite a few of these before. They're always very mindfuck for me, but they're funny. So yeah. Then a Pick Away entry and a full Feryx demo by Feryx and Lunatic Cats. So yeah, nice little party in Hungary. Hope they had fun. And moving on to the last part of, or the second last part of this stream recording. I'm already brain dead. The top of the month. So the entries that happened last month, that month and a half. So it starts 15th of October upwards, and the idea is to see the stuff that got most popularity on Puet. Farmageddon still on top, one Tersak. Back to the Pet at one Kaf Wild Compo. The Tribute to Muff was released outside of Compo. Grongi Time, very new release from Demosplash, already in 4th place. So you can see the quality from this as well. Kadesh by Tech, Giraldi by Desire, All Osiv from Zoo, FMR CPC from the Benediction party that I mentioned. Fractoid also from Benediction, Acid Glow from Tersak, Just Simple Tube Amplifier from the Kaf party, Pixelated World, Still Rising, I think this one is from Zoo as well. Modulas, this one was released at Inércia, the Observer 4K intro that got 2nd place. Eye of the Beholder, the game that I already mentioned, Morph Over by Encore for the Amiga PPC. Skybox of Extend released at Zoo, and then a 48K and 4K executable graphics that won Inércia Demoparty. Monochromic by Spreadpoint released at Demonights, and a 68K Inside announcement by Decadence. Don't forget to count to 68K Inside in May. I think it's 5th to 7th of May. If you can do it, that would be cool. Speaking of demo parties, that leaves us to the last part of this, where we go through all of the parties that are soon to come, where you can, try to submit something if you have a demo party happening next to you or accepting remote entries. Syntax Society, small Swedish party happening. Transmission 64 also starting tomorrow. Transmission has been having a lot of good quality Commodore 64 releases, so I definitely recommend you checking out the live stream if you can catch it. It's online only, should be high quality. Always the music and the graphics on Commodore 64 parties are always very good, and also expecting some Demoscene releases as well, some demo releases as well. World of Commodore happening in Canada. I'm not sure how much Demoscene reference stuff it has, but someone added it to the list. Sail Adventure in Poland, mostly focused on the Atari. Then Posadas Party, mostly focusing on Amiga, happening in Spain. Under Construction was cancelled. Instead, we are going to have the Zenta Demo Party happening in Bingen. So if you want to have a Christmas physical party, you can travel to Germany and attend Bingen. Attend Zenta in Bingen. Then we are organizing the Lisbon Zine Demo Music Competition. It's for tracked music entries. This is a spin-off from Inércia Demoparty. The tracked music compo was cancelled due to lack of entries at Inércia. A few people said that they were still working on something and didn't manage to finish them on time, so we decided to give them a month and a half extra to finish them, and we'll have a chill out party, a chill out live stream on the 30th of December, just playing the tracks, chatting on the stream. We'll try not to clash with Zenta. They will only have the prize giving on the 13th of December, so their live stream should finish soon, or earlier in the day, I mean, and we will have ours later in the day, in the evening, more precisely. A lot of other parties happening in January in Finland, Sweden. The Halt in Russia is always good party. Amiga Ireland having something in Ireland as well. Not sure how Demoscene related it is, but it should have something. The mythical Far Yan cruise will set sail once more 6th to 8th of January. If you want to travel from Helsinki to Stockholm and back on a ferry and watch some demos, this is the place to go. GURP happening in Sweden as well. FairLight will also happen in Sweden. This one's more C64 based and GURP is more Amiga based. Love Byte will happen online for tiny size competitions. So if you like 64 bytes, 128 bytes, 256, 512 bytes, you will have a lot of competitions happening. A very online event, third edition of the event, and we hope to make it fun yet again. And then by the end of February, we'll have Assembly Winter happening. Not sure what are the Demoscene categories happening this year. Have to check with some people. And Mountain Bikes happening at the same time in Switzerland as well. Hopefully for the first time. They've been trying to organize it for 3 years now. Finally, now COVID has lifted its restrictions and hopefully it will happen physically. Website just got released a couple days ago. Not a couple days, a couple hours ago. And it's looking pretty good. So if you're in the area or you can afford, definitely I recommend you checking it out. Couple of more parties happening in Finland, and then the big party that everyone is waiting for, Revision, happening sometime in April. This is the party that everyone is preparing their releases for already. So yeah, a lot of things happening on the next couple of months. So a lot of things for you to aim to do your releases at. That's it for this edition of Demoscene Report of November 2022. 40 minutes, a bit more longer than I was expecting, but it is what it is. If you're wondering what the hell those things back there are, those are the boxes for the trophies for Inércia, which I haven't shipped yet. That's why they're there, and I can't move them anywhere because it would, I don't have room, and it would mess up all the trophies that are already oriented, so you have to live with that. It's Demoscene relevant, so it's fine that it's there on the background. Anyways, that's it for me. Hope you found the video useful. As always, if I missed something critical from this month, feel free to put it on the comments. I'm going to include everything linked on the description. I'm going to make a playlist with all of the entries that you can just watch and skip over the ones that you don't want. Find those hidden gems. If there are some productions without a video yet available, hope they upload it soon. Otherwise, hope they poke me afterwards for me to include it afterwards. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye bye everyone. Take care.